Today we are visiting the town of Geiranger, which is one of the most recognisable towns in the West Norwegian Fjords. Now the town has a reputation as being a bit of a tourist trap, and on first impressions we thought exactly the same thing. But by the time we left, we had partially changed our minds, and in this video we're going to show you why. We started our day in the nearby town of Olden. The drive is approximately 1 hour, and we planned to stop at the Geiranger Skywalk on the way. Some of the scenery we encountered was unexpected to say the least.
So we're driving up to the Geiranger, I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it, Geiranger Skywalk, and we just came across this huge frozen lake, which looks unbelievable. I was not expecting to see this at all. So, and it's deceptive, it's not that cold. I'm in a t-shirt.
It's kind of cold.
Well, you're always cold. When the sun comes out, it's actually really nice. I can't believe, it's probably a lot colder down there. I can't believe this is as frozen as what it is. It's like a big frozen over lake. Amazing. Anyway, Norway is full of surprises.
So we resumed our climb towards the skywalk. I was becoming increasingly worried by our alpine surroundings that it would be freezing up there. It was the middle of summer, mind you. But once we arrived, the temperature was mild and it was fine in just a regular jumper or sweater. I thought so anyway. Arn did not agree.
It's like you're hiding from the cold rather than the camera.
Yes, I am. The wind is there.
All right.
So I'm blocking.
After walking around the complex and enjoying the views, we started our descent back down the mountain and towards the town of Geiranger. It's a very scenic drive, and there's a number of places where you can stop and get a great view of the town, the fjord, and the mountains in the background. And as we got closer to the town, we were getting excited to check out our waterfront room at the Hotel Geiranger.
Well, we do have a water view. First impressions, I thought Olden was much nicer. I can see what people are saying about this being a bit touristy, and the room certainly costs almost double what the last one did. And like I said, I think the last one I'd much prefer. Having said that, it's still a beautiful place. The drive-in was fantastic, and there's a bunch of waterfalls around the corner we can walk up to. Not sure we'll venture out onto the water or not, but either or, still a nice place to hang out for the night. We've got a nice balcony here, we can have a few drinks later and take in the view, so yeah, still exciting.
So with that, we headed out to explore the town and to find the Waterfall Walk. This is where the river that runs all the way down the valley we had just driven through meets the fjord. There's a walkway that follows the river up the mountain, which allows you to get really close to a series of waterfalls and rapids as the water tears its way down the mountain. The sheer volume of water is impressive and the roar of the waterfalls is amazing. It's just over 300 steps from the bottom to the top, so it's a relatively easy walk, and the higher you get, the better the view. You must be prepared to get at least a little bit wet though, with the spray coming off the waterfalls in some places being quite thick.
Well, it's a very nice spot. The decor is a little bit dated. Kind of feels like the Titanic. Quick update. The boat's gone. That helps. Looks much nicer now. Cheers.
Early the next morning, we wanted to head out onto the fjord. You can take a boat out there if you're short of time, but we wanted to get up close and personal and jump in a kayak. And I am so glad we did. Once you get away from the town, you can really appreciate the beauty of the area, and it's pretty amazing.
We are about 10 minutes in. It's nice.
Lovely conditions. We've got some blue skies.
Yep.
Very calm water. Almost no current. But we only have 1 hour, so we're trying to make it to the waterfalls and back.
Yeah.
I forget the names of them. What are they called? Hang on.
Not sure. I can't flip the camera, but the waterfall is just right there. You can see it.
Saltor Waterfall and Seven Sisters.
There you go.
So they run 1 hour boat tours out to see them. We're trying to see them in 1 hour in a kayak.
Yep.
Now, obviously, Anne's arms get tired very easily, so I've got 1 full hour of paddling ahead of me.
I help sometimes.
do me some good after the last couple of days drinking and eating, so.
Yeah, but I'm a bit worried because he's doing all the driving as well. So we're close to the waterfall, and there's a stronger one on this side as well.
Seven Sisters on the right, which I assume is because there's 7 streams of water.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9. Hard to tell.
And then the tree is kind of blocking the waterfall on this side, but I'll show you in a minute.
We're getting right up to that one. Well, we finally made it, but it took 55 minutes, so there's no way this is happening within 1 hour, unless we get a tow all the way back in, which, to be honest, I don't want, because the scenery is just so amazing. So, time to head back now. So if you're thinking of coming out here, you don't need to jump on a tour because they're quite expensive. You can hire a kayak by yourself. It costs less than half what the tour does. You can't get lost because it's just one stretch of water. Paddle out until you see the two huge waterfalls. That's hard to say. 2 huge waterfalls. So give yourself 2.5 hours. Probably less if your person in the front does more paddling. And enjoy the view. We got a beautifully sunny day, which we didn't think was going to happen. It was very cloudy when we started, but in typical Norway fashion, the weather can change very quickly, and lucky for us, it changed for the better. You can see the mountains with blue sky all around it. It is magnificent. And there's the big ass waterfall behind us. Ugh, back we go.
In fairness to Anne, she did do some of the paddling. Overall, the round trip was about 2.5 hours, and I was grateful for the workout after the week we'd had.
So the way back is definitely harder than the way there, but the final bit of inspiration is the view back towards the town of Geiranger, however you meant to say it, and the waterfall that's staring us in the face that runs right through the middle of town. So, we're nearly back. A well-deserved lunch. And maybe some waffles from the chocolate place. I think I've earned it. Check out the view. So we're just about back. It's a 2-hour and 10-minute round trip. You could probably stretch it to 3 hours by staying at the waterfalls a bit longer. I mean, you could sit there all day, it's that nice. And if you want to bring lunch, some water, both of which we didn't, you could easily pull off to the side and have a nice lunch somewhere on the river or the fjord, whatever you're supposed to call it. So, highly recommended if you can get a nice sunny day like this, even if it's cloudy. Great way to spend a couple of hours.
So after all that paddling with no food or water, we thought we'd head to the famous Geiranger Chocolate Cafe for a couple of waffles on a stick. Crossing swords. Cheers.
Cheers. Hot.
So good. Can't believe how soft and fluffy this is.
You can also try various chocolates inside the cafe, and we bought a few takeaways as well for the drive. And as soon as we hit the road, we were reminded of just how much of a popular destination this is for holiday makers. When you combine that with the endless number of cruise ships bringing retirees with cameras around their necks into a very small town, you can see how Geiranger has got its reputation. It is a beautiful place, and we found to get the best out of your visit, you need to get away from the town. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. If you're interested to see what else we got up to on our road trip through the West Norwegian Fjords, then check out our other videos as well.